If you're over 60 and you've been told that walking is the best exercise for staying healthy, strong, and mobile, I want you to pause for a second because what I'm about to share with you might completely change the way you look at exercise forever. Imagine if there was one simple movement, something you could do right in your own home, something that doesn't require equipment, doesn't require going outside, and doesn't put pressure on your joints, and yet delivers more balance, strength, stability, and longevity benefits than walking ever could. And what if I told you that this single exercise is the same one recommended by orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, and mobility experts to help people over 60 improve their lower body strength, protect their knees and hips, boost circulation, improve core stability, and even reduce fall risk? It sounds like a big claim, but you're about to understand exactly why it's absolutely true. Because the exercise I'm talking about is known as the sit-to-stand. It's incredibly simple, incredibly powerful, and it's something every person over 60 should be doing every single day. Now, before we get into the how, I want to explain why surgeons and physical therapists love this movement so much. When you think about walking, it's a great activity. It's good for your heart, your lungs, your circulation, and even your mental health. There's nothing wrong with walking. But here's the truth people don't talk about. Walking does not build strength. It does not maintain the muscle mass you start losing in your 50s and 60s. It doesn't improve your ability to get up from the floor, climb stairs, or protect your joints. In fact, many surgeons will tell you that people who walk a lot but don't strengthen their legs often still struggle with knee pain, joint instability, and balance issues because walking is mostly endurance. It's low intensity. It doesn't challenge your muscles enough to keep them strong. That's exactly where the sit-to-stand comes in. It's a strength-building exercise using your own body weight, and it targets exactly the muscles that keep you mobile, independent, and stable as you age. Your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, your calves, your hips, your core. The same muscles that help you stand up from a chair, get out of bed, step into a car, climb a staircase, and stay balanced when you walk. And here's something surgeons always notice. The earliest sign of age-related decline is not that someone can't walk fast. It's that they struggle to stand up without using their hands. That movement, standing up from a chair, is actually tested in hospitals, rehab centers, and senior fitness assessments. Because it's the single greatest indicator of lower body strength and overall mobility. So when you train the sit-to-stand, you are literally training the movement that keeps you independent and keeps you living life on your own terms. Now I want you to imagine this. You're 60, 65, 70, maybe even 80, and you're doing your daily walking. You're getting your steps in. You feel good about it. But one day, you go to sit down on the couch or get up from your chair, and suddenly you feel like you need to push with your hands, or your knees feel shaky, or your hips feel stiff. That's not a walking issue. That's a strength issue. That is muscle loss creeping in. That's your body telling you that you need resistance, not just movement. And the beauty of the sit-to-stand is that it gives you that resistance without weights, machines, or complicated exercise programs. Surgeons love it because it's natural. It's safe. It's functional. And it mimics real life in a way that no treadmill or long walk ever could. Let me walk you through what actually happens in your body when you do this exercise. When you lower yourself down into a chair, your glutes, hamstrings, and quads control your descent, keeping your joints safe. When you get up, those same muscles fire in a coordinated, powerful way to lift your entire body weight. That's strength training at its purest form. And because you're using multiple large muscle groups at once, your heart rate increases, your blood flow improves, your metabolism fires up, and your joints get lubricated. It's like strength training and gentle cardio blended together in one movement. And that's why. But here's where it gets even more impressive. Studies show that people over 60 who practice sit-to-stands regularly dramatically reduce their risk of falling. Because fall prevention isn't just about balance, it's about leg strength. If your legs are strong enough to catch you, stabilize you, and support you quickly, you're far less likely to fall in the first place. And even if you do stumble, having stronger legs and stronger core muscles means you can recover faster and prevent a serious injury. Physical therapists use this movement as one of the very first exercises when someone is recovering from surgery or dealing with knee arthritis, hip weakness, or general mobility loss. They know that once someone improves their ability to stand up effortlessly, everything else in their life becomes easier. Walking becomes easier. Climbing stairs becomes easier. Getting in and out of the bathtub becomes easier. Even things like gardening, cooking, and grocery shopping feel more manageable. That's the ripple effect of building true functional strength. Now you might be wondering, why is this exercise considered better than walking? Let's break it down in the simplest way possible. Walking is movement. Sit to stand is strength. As you age, movement keeps you active, but strength keeps you capable. You need both, but the reality is most people over 60 get enough movement just by doing daily life. What they're missing is the strength piece. Most people over 60 lose 1 to 2% of their muscle mass every year if they're not doing resistance training. That means the muscles that hold your knees, hips, and back together are shrinking. That's why people start complaining that their joints hurt, for no reason. It's not the joints, it's the weak muscles around them. When your knees ache going upstairs, it's often because your quads aren't strong enough. When your back feels tight and painful when you get up from a chair, it's often because your glutes and hamstrings aren't doing their job. The sit-to-stand strengthens those exact muscles. And that's why surgeons and physical therapists trust this one movement more than almost any other. And the best part? Anyone can do it. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 90. Whether you're in great shape or just starting out. Whether your knees feel strong or they're a little achy. You can do it slowly. You can do it controlled. You can do it safely. And as your strength improves, you can increase the number of repetitions or decrease the amount of support you use. Now imagine yourself waking up in the morning, and instead of needing a few minutes to get your joints warmed up, you feel strong, stable, and ready to move. Imagine being able to get up from your favorite chair without pushing on the armrests. Imagine feeling steady when walking on uneven ground. Imagine being able to lift your groceries, climb stairs, or pick up your grandkids without worrying about your knees or your back. That's what consistent strength training does for you. And the sit-to-stand is the easiest place to start. Let's talk about how to actually do it correctly because form is everything. You start by sitting on a chair with your feet flat on the floor and your knees at about a 90-degree angle. Keep your chest lifted, your spine long, and your core gently engaged. From here, press through your feet, especially your heels, and stand up tall. Don't rush it. Feel your muscles doing the work. And then lower yourself back down slowly, keeping control the entire time. That descent is just as important as the rise because that's where your muscles build stability. That's where the magic happens. It's not a race. It's a practice. And every time you do it, you're reinforcing strength, balance, and mobility. If standing up without using your hands feels tough right now, that's okay. Start by using your hands lightly for support. Over time, as your muscles strengthen, you'll naturally rely on your hands less and less until you can do it completely unassisted. If your knees ache, don't push through sharp pain, but understand that a little effort and muscle burn is normal. In fact, strengthening the muscles around your knees is one of the best ways to relieve knee pain long-term. Now here's something most people don't realize. When doctors and surgeons evaluate whether an older adult is going to maintain independence over the next 5 to 10 years, they often use a simple test. How many sit-to-stands can you do in 30 seconds? That single number predicts mobility, fall risk, overall functionality, and even longevity. Isn't that incredible? Something so simple tells so much. And the reason why is because the ability to stand up from a seated position is one of the most fundamental human movements. When you lose that ability, everyday life becomes hard. When you maintain or improve that ability, everyday life becomes easier, smoother, and safer. Picture yourself 10 years from now. Are you still moving with confidence? Are you still able to lift yourself up with ease? Are you still strong enough to walk long distances, travel, play with grandchildren, live independently, and enjoy your life without relying on others? If you want that future, and I know you do, then building strength is non-negotiable. And this exercise is one of the easiest ways to start. Let's go even deeper into what happens internally when you train this movement consistently. Stronger leg muscles help keep your bones healthy. They stimulate bone density, which is crucial for preventing osteoporosis and fractures. Strong glutes support your lower back and hips, reducing pain and stiffness. A stronger core improves posture, digestion, and overall stability. And because this movement works so many muscles at once, it boosts your overall metabolism. That means you burn more calories even when you're resting. You use energy more efficiently. You stabilize your blood sugar better. You improve circulation, especially in the lower body, which is something many people start struggling with after 60. And guess what? This movement can be modified in so many ways as you get stronger. You can make the chair lower. You can pause halfway down. You can slow it down for more muscle control. You can hold light weights or water bottles once the unweighted version becomes easy. You can do single leg variations if you want a challenge. This exercise grows with you. It adapts to you. And it constantly improves your mobility and independence. Now let's touch on something people don't like to talk about: fear of falling. This fear is real and it gets stronger as we age. Maybe you've already had a fall. Maybe you know someone who did. And you've seen how one fall can change everything. But here's the truth. Strength training is one of the most powerful tools you have to prevent that from happening. When your legs are strong, when your hips are stable, when your core is solid, when your balance is supported by real muscle, not just hope, you reduce your risk of falling dramatically. The sit-to-stand strengthens the exact muscle groups responsible for catching you when you stumble, shifting your weight when you move, and stabilizing your body when the ground beneath you isn't perfect. That's why surgeons recommend it so often. They know that if you keep your legs strong, you stay on your feet. And if you stay on your feet, you stay independent. Now imagine this scenario. You're out walking. You take a slightly awkward step. Maybe you trip on a crack in the sidewalk. A strong person instantly stabilizes. Their muscles kick in, their balance corrects, and they keep walking. A weaker person, someone who only walks but doesn't strengthen, might not have that quick muscular response. That's when accidents happen. That's why strength matters. It's not just about looking toned or feeling fit. It's about protecting your life. And if you're thinking, but I'm too old to start, let me tell you this, you are not. I've seen people in their 70s and 80s who could barely stand from a chair rebuild incredible strength simply by practicing this movement daily. Your body is always ready to get stronger. Muscles respond at every age. It doesn't matter how long it's been. What matters is that you start. I want you to think about the last time you got up from a chair. Did you use your hands? Did you feel strain in your knees? Did you feel unsteady? Did you feel like it took more effort than it used to? If so, this exercise is exactly what you need. And even if you feel strong today, practicing this movement will help you stay strong for the decades ahead. Now let's talk about frequency. How often should you do this exercise? Surgeons and physical therapists often recommend doing sit-to-stands daily. Not because you need an intense workout, but because consistency builds strength faster than intensity ever will. Start with a small, manageable number. Maybe 5. Maybe 10. Over time, increase it. Do a few in the morning. A few at midday. A few in the evening. Spread them out. Make them a part of your routine. Eventually, you'll feel the difference. Your legs will feel more stable. Your knees will feel more supported. Your balance will improve. You'll notice yourself standing up straighter, walking smoother, and feeling more confident in your body. And here's something really important. Strength gives you freedom. When your legs are strong, you move through the world differently. You don't hesitate when you see stairs. You don't fear uneven ground. You don't avoid activities. You participate. You live. You enjoy. And the sit-to-stand is one of the simplest, fastest ways to get there. So let me ask you a question. What would improving your strength mean for your life? Would it mean more energy? Less pain? More confidence? More independence? A lower risk of injury? All of the above? Because that's exactly what you get. I want you to picture yourself months from now. You stand up from a chair without effort. You move with confidence. You feel stronger, more stable, and more alive. Your body feels like it's supporting you, not holding you back. And all of that began with one simple exercise that takes less than a minute to do. You don't need fancy equipment. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need complicated routines. You just need a chair, your own body weight, and the willingness to start. And here's what I love the most about this movement. Every repetition is a small win. Every time you stand up, you're proving to yourself that you're capable. Every time you lower yourself down with control, you're building resilience. Every single rep is moving you forward. Every rep is investing in your future. So if you're over 60 and you want to protect your knees, strengthen your hips, build your balance, boost your mobility, improve your independence, and age with power, not weakness, then start this exercise today. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Today. Because strength doesn't come from waiting. It comes from taking action. And the beautiful thing is that once you start, your body responds quickly. You will feel stronger within weeks. Your daily activities will feel easier. Your confidence will grow. You will feel more in control of your body and your life. So here's your challenge. After this video, stand up from your chair and try 5 slow, controlled sit-to-stands. Feel your legs working. Feel your muscles engaging. Feel your body waking up. That's the beginning of something powerful. That's the beginning of a stronger you. And when you commit to it, you're not just exercising. You're choosing strength. You're choosing mobility. You're choosing independence. You're choosing the version of yourself who stays active, energetic, and capable long into the future. Because you deserve that. You deserve to move without pain. You deserve to feel strong. You deserve to feel confident. You deserve to live life fully, at any age. So start this movement today. Make it part of your daily routine. And let your strength carry you forward into a healthier, more vibrant life.